All right, loaded back up again. I literally landed yesterday afternoon. It's now 8 in the morning, reloaded, heading north again, going up to the Nevada-Oregon border, going camping with some of the other guys. I'm Trent Palmer. I fly drones for a living and bush planes for fun. Follow along as I journey off the beaten path of aviation.
What did I do to wake up the freak in you? It's more than I can take, but I need it, yeah I need it. With every move you're moving me to, all of my pieces coming unglued. One little bend again I'll break, and I feel it, yeah I feel it.
All right, just made it to Alder Creek Ranch. It's just south of Denio, Nevada, and it is hot out. I already had to switch to sandals and shorts. But we're gonna head over to Denio Junction to grab some fuel before everyone else gets here, just so we're all topped off. We don't know what the plan is, if we'll be able to play tonight or tomorrow or what, but having full tanks is always a good thing. So let's head over to Denio.
I lose my mind. You get me every time. Keep falling fast and deep, and repeat it, yeah repeat it. Don't you leave me behind. Won't you pretend you're mine.
Okay, so there is a fuel truck coming up from Winnemucca, Nevada, up to here. It was supposed to be here, we thought, around 11 to 12. And it's now 12:06. Turns out he's still an hour out, so we're all just hanging out here at Denio Junction. Look who made it, Joe. So I've known Joe for like, what, 2 years now? It's gotta be at least that. Yeah, and that's when he got a Kit Fox and decided he wanted to build one, and now it's awesome. This is actually our first time flying together, so stoked.
So we've now been here for like an hour and a half. Third milkshake, still waiting on the fuel truck. But there's shade here, so just hanging.
Okay, it's been about 5 hours since we got here. Fuel guy, poor guy, had to come from Winnemucca, had to grab a tank, put it on a trailer, lift it onto a stand, and then it's not high enough to flow into the planes. And then also the little like meter was choking it down. So now we're running into 5-gallon bags and leapfrogging the bags into planes one at a time.
Yeah. Filling up fuel bags.
This is the easy way to fuel. The heck with those airports and all those pumps and things.
Bo.
Yes.
Your airplane's over there.
I know.
Oh, dude, don't spill it.
Oh.
All right, guys, I'm at a bit of a crossroads and a dilemma. Hailey is totally swamped with work. I don't think I've told you guys this, but she manages some campgrounds in Plumas National Forest, which is Northern California, and things have just gone haywire up there, and she could really use my help. And I can tell it's really not convenient since I just got back from that other trip. So given that there's some wind coming in tomorrow and there's a good chance we might not be flying at all, I think I'm probably gonna pack this up and try to take off to get me home right at dark. That's the plan right now. No camping for me. All right, guys, that obviously did not go the way I was hoping it was gonna go, but I really felt like I could still put something together to get a video out, to get you guys at least some flying and maybe a little update with us. So we're gonna go ahead and do a little update, tell you what Hailey's been up to, what we've been up to out here on the property, a little airplane stuff and all of that.
What did you want to call this?
I think we'll call this cocktail hour. This cocktail hour is actually brought to you by Haus. Now, like most of you guys, I love having a drink or two after a long day of flying, but I really can't stand a hangover. And what I've been loving about Haus is that it's a super complex liquor that's made naturally, and I actually feel pretty good after drinking it. Haus is an aperitif for the modern drinker. Crafted and bottled in Sonoma County, this wife and husband business delivers the perfect drink straight from the farm to your glass. Haus is made from real ingredients, no sketchy additives, and their aperitifs are crafted and bottled on the farm. This is a drink you can feel good about. And aperitifs have actually been a big part of European culture for centuries. They're complex and lower in alcohol, and Haus is leading their introduction to the United States. So the first 100 of my viewers who click the link below get 10% off and free shipping with their first purchase. Thanks again, Haus, for sponsoring this video. So I'm trying to think of what's going on. What is going on in your world, Hailey? Because obviously, as you guys heard in the video, when I was gone, just the world came crashing down on us. Both Hailey and I have been so busy, but I feel like we owe them a little bit of an explanation of what's been going on in your world.
Yeah, I mean, after COVID hit, I mean, my world came crashing in. It was a lot more than what I anticipated. So I needed Trent home. I mean, our home, things were kind of out of sorts, and I lost my marbles.
No, she didn't, but it didn't help that, like you guys saw in my last video, I was up in Idaho for almost, well, I guess it was just a few days, but then I came back, I turned and burned, didn't really help with anything around here, and then, yeah, this campground thing. So running the concessionaires, basically it's Forest Service owned campgrounds. There's almost 70 of them that Hailey's running. And she's basically running the day-to-day operations, and the Forest Service has the say of when they open and when they don't, and because of COVID, everything was shut down. And then right before Memorial Day, they said, we're gonna open.
Everything.
So they just threw everything on Hailey. The whole bunch of the hosts that you guys had lined up bailed because of COVID. So she was running a bunch of campgrounds that didn't even have hosts, and there was no managers and anything. So it was just a nightmare that came down on Hailey, and everything else was taking a hit from it, and I felt it, so it was time to come home. After we got everything kind of sorted around here, I noticed that on my flight back from Denio, my lights stopped working on my plane, which is funny because this was like one of the first times that I was like, I can fly home into the dark, and I don't like flying in the dark, especially over open desert. So I made sure that I was gonna be like really not flying in the dark maybe the last 15 minutes, but I'm glad I didn't end up pushing into the dark at all with my lights not working. But anyway, luckily Nick, my wiring guru, which you guys all know, was willing to go look at the plane with me, so we jumped in and tried to figure that out.
Seems broken to me.
Yeah. Come on.
Well, I found a ground that's loose, but I don't know what it is. Oh, you know what? I think it's the ground that goes back to this bus here.
Oh, well that would do it.
Watch how I do it. How I do it.
All right.
Just watch how I do it.
Oh yeah, look at that.
How I do it.
The slide light is a fix. Like I always tell people and myself, check your ground.
Gotta love it when it's an easy fix. All right, and while we're here, I'm due for an oil change. So we're gonna go ahead and throw some fresh oil in this thing.
Oh, it burped.
I make it go bang, boom, pow. I got the magic touch. Everybody's latest crush. I'm supersized, larger than life. Welcome to the jungle, to the wild side. I got to show you what I'm all about.
All right, got the plane all wiped down, fresh oil, got the electronic or light issue fixed. Thank you, Nick.
Yep.
Now I don't know what else to do. The wind's picking up already, so I think my runway is a little overgrown. I think it's time that I go borrow the neighbor's tractor and hit it with the brush hog. I don't know if I've shown you guys the runway since I dropped that grass seed, but it's taken okay. Like literally since we dropped it, there's been zero rain, so it's just been with the sprinklers. So I'm sure it'll come up a lot better next, spring after a whole winter. But farther down, we have all this like weed stuff that's actually getting pretty tall, probably like almost 2 feet. And I think when my tail's up, it's actually getting into my prop. So I borrowed the neighbor's little ride-on mower. I was gonna borrow his brush hog with his tractor, but the tractor had a flat tire, so driving this little thing over here was pretty funny. So the plan is I'm gonna mow the runway. Nick's gonna come over here, clear out. We're gonna work on finding some more airplane parking over there. So I'm gonna put him in the skid steer and me on the little lawnmower. You know what you're doing?
No fucking clue.
I do. Just watch how I do it. Yeah, this is how I do it. How I do it. I got to show you. Let me show you what I do. What I do. Just watch how I do it. Yeah, this is how I do it. How I do it. Just watch me. Watch me how I do it. Hey!
So as you can see, some of the grass has popped up. I think I mentioned it before, but I'm never planning on having this be like a full turf, like perfectly mowed grass runway. It's more like I wanted something to keep the dust down a little bit and keep this from eroding when it rains really hard. So we just use this like desert grass stuff that supposedly grows with like as little as 4 inches of rain a year. So that's the plan here. I also cleared out some of the sagebrush over behind us so that I have more airplane parking if my friends ever come in. All I did was hit it with the brush hog, and I figure normally what happens after, you know, all that, and give it a season, and it'll turn into what's behind me, which is just basically the cheatgrass comes in and fills it all. That'll be aircraft parking eventually. The hangar's gonna go over here where the skid steer is. Basically that the Connex shipping container will get moved to the other side of the hangar. We'll tuck the hangar up against the house as much as we can, but that of course is all future stuff. I've actually been trying to work up the numbers so I can get the ball rolling, hopefully like later this summer and fall, on starting to build a hangar, which I will be building myself. So that'll be a fun one to take you guys along for. But that's the update here on the runway and home front. Got it mowed, got parking cleared out, just little pieces, maintenance stuff. So I just got a text from the neighbor, Paul. He's got a full little like moto set up in his backyard, said he's gonna go out and ride. Figure, why not? Bring the electric dirt bike down, see what kind of trouble I can get into on this thing. All right, this is gonna be a little tricky. I'm gonna try to ride down there with my camera. This is not a small little GoPro or anything, so don't try this at home, kids. This is always the most awkward part, trying to get the gate while you're on the bike. What is up, dude?
What up? About time you show up.
I got this. Guess that's the easy way to get over the fence. You think I got it on the e-bike?
Yeah, just second gear or whatever gear you call that.
Here, just hold the camera.
Oh yeah, you got it. Maybe. The horn. Oh yeah.
Is there anything you think is hittable on the e-bike?
Oh yeah, I think I've got one of my ramps pulled up to about 35 feet. I think you got that.
Oh God. Yeah, that's big. Yeah, that's too big for me.
No, I think this little one is more your style.
And you said it's 35 feet?
It's about 35 feet to where you land, but only you gotta go like 28 so you don't kill yourself.
All right, I guess. Yeah. What's the worst that can happen?
Yeah.
Here you go.
You can bet. You guys got skills. You can fly a plane, you can fly a bike. Oh yeah.
The intimidation factor is real on that one.
Did you ever shoot it?
No, I think if anything I was kind of on the top, but it's so hard to tell speed because it's quiet and there's no gears, and I'm just like,
Yeah, and you're running right into a big black wall right there.
Yeah.
I think I can jump over the big one to the right and you jump to the left and we'll make it look good for somebody.
That was sick. I feel like such a dork. I'm just all like, that looked good.
Oh yeah. All right, come on, you bike boy. Step down. There you go. Oh, roost my landing. It looked good. You roosted the top of the landing. I thought it was pretty trick looking.
Dude.
Whip it out. Whip it out. Good. I just groomed that. Tell her to jump the gate.
Yeah, right. Oh, what's up, babe? Look who came to hang out.
Hello. Wow.
Hailey, get on there.
The e-bike?
Sure.
Okay, I'll follow you.
Okay.
Let's get you on this, Hailey. No? Go ahead and put this thing in a little EP mode. You should wear pants, but nice looking at your leg. This is the front brake. Don't use that. back brake. Which
Is it on the speedy mode?
It's in the slow mode.
Okay, send it.
Oh, standing up. That's an advanced move. Uh-oh, hope she finds the brakes.
Yeah, the chick's faster than you.
Hey.
Hey, I'll just say what I see.
Oh, you kind of like jumped there.
That was fun.
In the tank.
What?
I'm so tired.
Come on, 2 more laps.
That's fun. That's so fun.
Hey, Paul, make Trent do 2 more laps.
No way, I can't do any more laps.
I'm glad you're breathing hard too.